Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of our Idaho Backcountry Tours on the Simfly Guy channel. We're picking up where we last left off. We were at stop 45 and a half, a special stop here at Pistol Creek. And today we're going to get on with picking up stops 46, 47, I think 48 also. So we're going to do 3 today. We'll start here and we're going to backtrack past Indian Creek, which we were on our last trip. Back up the Middle Fork past our little connector into Marble Creek, and we'll come around over that hill and into Thomas Creek. So stop number 46 in Thomas Creek. And let's just look real quickly. We've kind of seen this a little bit before if you've been following along. If not, this will be helpful. As we come down the Middle Fork, there's this hill that'll give us, keep us blinded basically to Thomas Creek. So what we'll be doing is we'll be looking to come out around over this maybe grass area, kind of come in tight and sort of hug the hill, and then we'll dog leg it in here and land at Thomas Creek that way. It's kind of a fun way to land in there. Maybe not the easiest, but that's the way we're going to go in today at least. And then we will taxi, take back off, and continue back this way. We've come this way before, but we didn't land yet, and we're going to go into Mahoney Creek, and we'll be near Cougar Ranch, but we're actually going to land at Mahoney Creek up here on this hill. That'll be stop 47. And then our last stop we're going to have to get to is, let's go find 48. All right, it's going to be, all right, so probably if we go back to Lower Loon, take a right this time, and follow that on down, we're going to eventually hit Chalice, what I'm calling Chalice on Loon Creek. It's KCHI on one of the plugins that I have. I don't really, a lot of them are called Chalice because we're near Chalice, but we're just going to call this one Chalice on Loon Creek. There's another one, Chalice on Warm Springs we'll go to later, but that's also called Foster Ranch. So what you call them, these are not super used a lot, it doesn't look like. So anyway, that's what we're going to be doing today. Once again, we're coming from Pistol Creek here. First stop, Thomas Creek, into Mahoney on the bench there, down past Lower Loon and into Chalice on Loon Creek. We're going to probably kind of think about what plane we might want to take into these areas. Chalice on Loon Creek is pretty... Yeah, that one could be tighter. I don't think that them are too terrible, but we definitely want some Tundra tires or something, so I'm going to kind of consider what plane we take in there. But let's get on our way. We'll do stops 46, 47, and 48 today. Let's jump in.
TAWS system test. Okay. TAWS system test. Okay.
When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of the Idaho Backcountry Tour here on the Simfly Guy channel. A couple things today. We're going to get started real quick. We're here at Pistol Creek Ranch, but I'm going to give you guys a good quick tip that I got from one of someone commented on the channel. Really great tip. You can hear that rattling that we've been putting up with in this beaver, the Havilland Beaver, for quite some time. Wasn't really clear what was causing that. Just thought it was part of the normal thing. But apparently, if you come on down here, twist that little oil filler cap thing. Is that what that is? Oil? Yeah. Yeah. That little thing's rattling. And, wow, okay. So, simple as that. Now we have the beautiful hum of that engine without that annoying rattling. I mean, I gotta be thanking a user for commenting. So, appreciate the help there. That's actually much more enjoyable. And that's stop number 1 today. we're off. Woohoo! Once again, on our ride into the backcountry. And I'm going to take our flaps out. Pulling prop back just a little bit, throttle's still up. And we are on our way to stop number 46, Thomas Creek. And we got 3 today again. We're going to go into Thomas Creek first. We've been overflying it a little bit. Went in there for a quick holiday trip of those of you watching that, but not part of our normal backcountry series. We're going back here into Thomas Creek, then Mahoney, and then ultimately, some might call it Falconberry. It's closed. It's not really in active use right now. We're going into what I call Chalice on Loon Creek. Plug-in I've got, it just said Chalice, and there's a bunch of them just called Chalice. So we've got one on Warm Creek, one on Loon Creek. This is where we're going to today. And then there's actually the Chalice Airport in Challis, Idaho, which is where we're going to end up our backcountry tour in a few more stops. But today, we got some business to attend to, a few more great strips to get into. And we got nothing, no cargo. Just me and I guess you guys, if anybody has a, you know, my co-pilot I haven't talked a lot about, but she's been, you know, helping me just basically enjoy this tour recently, and I know she doesn't get a lot of attention, but pretty cool lady. She's kind of calm, cool, and collected. Never says anything. Well, we are now headed down the Middle Fork from our stop there at Pistol Creek, which was actually a great stay. Beautiful spot. My dad had told me about that a while back. He had gone into Pistol Creek before in real life, and so it wasn't that far. Had I known it was that cool, I would have hoped we could have gone in there when we went into Sulphur Creek one time, but I didn't know. Pretty cool. Bunch of great spots out here, though, right? Boy, without that rattle, you can really have a better sense of the engine. I don't know, you guys, what do you think? Rattle or no rattle? It adds a little bit of charm as well, but actually it's a lot more, I feel a little more peace of mind now that we are not rattling so bad. I don't know if I ever told you guys about my first solo, but when I first soloed in a Cessna 152, 757 Lima Echo, I don't even think it's, you know, active anymore. That plane, I pulled back, rotated. I've spent many hours in that plane too since then, but first solo 7 Lima Echo, rotated, and a screw rolls out from under my feet on the rudder pedals area. I was like, oh my goodness, just as I'm rotating and lifting off, screw is rolling out from under the dash, so I'm like, that's not cool. Yeah, that was my first solo. It ended up being just like a screw that would hold like your carpeting or something down, nothing significant or mechanical, but that's just not what you're hoping for when you get in, do your first solo. You're not looking for screws and things to be rolling off. Okay, around the other left side of that hill there will be Thomas Creek. I'm gonna get a little speed going here. I'm gonna put a little more power in because we're a little slow, but we got to kind of be to get in here properly. So Follow the river. Actually, we're going to be looking here because we want to be not on. You want to be inside the river. Just don't hit the hill. There we go. There's the field. Slowly applying the braking there. Flaps are up. Got the back pressure pulled. Oh, I got to keep remembering the Beaver. You don't want to pull the throttle all the way back because it'll actually stall. I think what we can do, let me look at the windsock a second. Yeah, I guess we should back taxi and come back out this direction, so we'll do that. So here we are, stop 46, Thomas Creek, which we've overflown a few times. This is a pretty cool spot, and I just really like Thomas Creek. For some reason, I just like the way it's tucked in here. Get ourselves set for takeoff. And next stop is Mahoney Creek, so which is kind of up on a shelf. That's a U.S. Forest Service strip. That's going to be kind of up on a bench. Pretty recognizable. It's right near Cougar Ranch. We'll go down here and get all of our runway. You know, it looks a lot better when what are these signs are saying over here? Let's go check that out real quick. There's a little plug-in that I have here. Let's see what these signs say. I'll pop over here just for a quick second. Okay, there's an Idaho sign similar to what we saw over at Johnson Creek. Okay, 122.9, check your ELT, Thomas Creek. I see. Okay. Okay, here we go, on our way to Mahoney Creek. Oh, there our rattle is back. Bye, Thomas Creek. See you again sometime in the near future. For now, we're off to Mahoney. There's Mahoney right there, and Cougar Ranch down below it, but on the left there up on that bench, that's the hill we're looking for. Alright. Okay, one thing I'm going to tell you about Mahoney here is the way we landed, I think, is downhill. So probably why it took us so long to stop. Not probably, definitely why. Okay, so there's stop number 47, Mahoney Creek. We're going to come back up and back taxi because I should have come in and landed this direction. End of our runway here, and we'll get headed out. Maybe runway 622 or something like that here. I'm gonna depart on runway 6. Alright, here we go. Got an idea. There's Cougar Ranch. Flaps coming out, and we're headed towards Lower Loon, and then we'll take a right up Loon Creek. And get into Chalice on Loon for our final stop today. So we've done Thomas Creek, Mahoney Creek, 46, 47, and we're just on our final way here to 48. We'll overfly again Lower Loon, which you guys will be probably recognizing. Pretty recognizable spot. C53. Get our speed going because we have a little bit of a jaunt here. Not that bad, but So we're getting close to there. It looks like Lower Loon right up there, so we're going to be cutting right there at Loon Creek. Leaving the Middle Fork here. And then it's sort of tricky finding Chalice on Loon, but we're going to give it our best shot here, so. Okay, we made it. Just in case we have any company, we'll pop off the side here, but Don't think we are getting anybody else up in here. It's kind of a quiet little spot. Chalice on Loon Creek, aka Falconberry, but we'll set in here for a second, shut her down.